Hello, everyone. This is Own Wall Street with thetradersperspective.com for the Wednesday night midweek bi-weekly video update. In front of you, you have natural gas on the weekly time frame, and I was just going ahead and taking an analysis on what's actually happening. I mean, here we have this uptrend line, and now we're battling again with this 200 period simple moving average. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can take a look. See, this 200 period simple moving average is this pink line here, and price went above it today. We're actually between two areas of support. We actually had a pretty strong day today. It was like a quiet creeper day. Let me see. We had a gap up here after closing at the 200 period simple moving average, and let me drop that on the 4-hour time frame to see a little bit easier. We closed above this trend line finally. However, we have this gap here, and then we have the 200 period simple moving average. We had hardly tested this break, so I don't really trust this move personally. I would like to see price kind of come back down and either hold this 50 period simple moving average or test this 200. Either way, I would like to see some kind of confirmation down here before I would even take a trade yet. I'm not a big fan of gaps, as I think I've mentioned before in some of my videos, but we do have some interesting things happening. We do have the 200 period simple moving average on the daily time frame that we did bump into and gapped over. We had a pretty decent day today, and then we had the 50 period simple moving average here, which was like a double support line plus this level here at 3.00. Let's call it 3 flat. And then we went up and almost tested this 3.34 level. So as you can see here by this one candle here, we really did a number on several days worth of price action. So in the near term, what would I be looking for? I would look for a, like I said, retest of this trend line. I would like to see some kind of stability before any type of further push, so that this move can confirm its strength and not just be a hollow move. Let me go back to this weekly time frame to kind of show you where things are. Now, from my previous video that I did on Sunday, I did mention that we closed below this 200 period simple moving average here, and that we had our 50 period simple moving average creeping up here. So we are in an area of confluence. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and I would like to see some sideways consolidation, test of this little mini downtrend here off this shoulder. On the greater scheme of things, as I mentioned in Sunday's video, is that we do have a head and shoulders pattern here. So I wouldn't get too enthusiastic about prices up in this range just yet. It seems that we have some oil related weakness. Even though today, oil kind of had a little bit of strength, I think that was just enough for natural gas to kind of get that push. Let me just sink back down on this 4-hour time frame. Enough to get this push up. But in the near term, looking at this 4-hour candle right here, it's a it's not really a very powerful candlestick here. It's a inverted hammer, so that would mean that price should come back down here at least to about 3.12. Anything lower than that, even back down here about 3.18, that would be a decent little consolidation area, and I would count that as a retest almost here of this trend line. But in the grand scheme of things, natural gas seems to want to climb. I think that in the near term, we've had some oil weakness kind of holding it back, and the gasoline inventories overall have been high. So the energy sector has just been kind of under a little bit of a pressure. But I think that if we can get some positive general overall news as far as natural gas exports coming into play, um, or even just having natural gas kind of come back down and consolidate a little bit before making its next push higher, that would be good for natural gas overall. So in the near term, I would expect again price to kind of drift sideways and hover between 3.04 and around 3.18. That's the area that I'd be watching, just in this area here. I don't even have a bullish cross on my moving averages yet here. Let me drop back on the 4-hour. I probably had a cross here, but again, given how things have moved, I'm not going to be sold on this cross yet. I think that I would like to see price come back down a little bit, at least 3.18, 3.2, something to give us a little bit of strength to this move in general. You can see that momentum has already been shifting back, so I would expect to see some sideways action in order for this move to negate the shoulder back down to 2.1 or 2.7, and to maintain an upward bullish trend so that we can finally get up and test 3.3, well, obviously 3.6, but let me zoom out a little bit more. And then we had this 3.34 level, and then again we had 3.4. So we do have some overhead here, but in general, if we can just get a nice sideways consolidation for a little bit, get up some power, and then finally push up higher, then this move in general would be more sustainable and possibly be able to test this $4 mark again. In the near term, expect some chop. I'm on Wall Street. This has been a presentation by the TradersPerspective.com.